Brenda here. I'm gonna give you a tour of the garden in front of my house. So I'll start here. This is a Japanese holly. We planted this probably about 8 years ago, and we had a very different garden here. The garden had a bunch of hydrangeas. It had mugo pines, and I feel like that garden took over, and we didn't love it anymore. So we decided to go with something different, and we love roses, so this is what we have. So in here, and I'll post some pictures so you see how it looked like. So in here we actually planted a hedge of boxwoods. These are sprinter boxwoods. They have put a lot of growth. I bought them very small in a 1-gallon container, and they have put a lot of growth. Here I have 5 Litchfield Angel David Austin roses, and they are doing great. They're doing spectacular. So, and they're putting some new growth. And here's another Japanese holly, and we had a hydrangea like azalea right here, and that azalea, no, we had the azalea there, and then we had a big hydrangea here, and the hydrangea grew so much that it took over the space and created kind of like this like weird form on the Japanese holly. So I'm trying to train it to go back, but we'll see how it does. But it's doing great. It was full of pollinators. Again, right here I have a Desdemona Standard tree from David Austin, and at the bottom I have Midnight Salvia, May Night Salvia, and it's doing great. Pollinators love it. Look at the bees, they love it. Again, this is the Desdemona tree. The tree does look a little sad. He put a lot of growth, and I will show you a picture of when we planted it and how beautiful it got. But it got black spots, so I had to go out and defoliate the whole tree, and now it's putting some growth back, so hopefully it will do good. But here's one of the blooms. So I'm hoping that as it grows, the plant gets healthy, and hopefully not a lot of black spot. But the problem with this area is that the house faces north, so the amount of light that it gets in the summer is probably 6 hours, which it should be enough for this plant. But again, we had a few days of rain, and it just got a lot of black spot. And these are azaleas. This is the only spring interest that I have in the front of my yard, in the front of my garden, and it got some weird disease, which I looked it up. I sprayed it with, I don't know if you can see the leaves. I sprayed it with soap, like they were suggesting. So it came right back. So I'm gonna prune it and spray it again to see if it does well. It just, the leaves don't look great, but it survives. It survived the winter with that disease, but again, trying to get rid of it. So it is the front portico of my house. Those are the 2 yoga frogs. And then on this side, it kind of mirrors the other side, and I have another azalea tree. And then here, same thing. I have a hedge of boxwoods that go all the way to the other side. This garden is called the Lady of Shalott Garden, and you will see why. Again, here's another David Austin Desdemona Standard tree. Again, same thing. It got black spot, and now I'm fighting not only black spot, but I am fighting Japanese beetles. But look at the flowers. They are so beautiful, and they smell great. And in the bottom I have May Night Salvias as well. Again, pollinators, they're always working there, always working. Look at that. I'll post some pictures. I've seen a couple of butterflies, and again the pollinators. There was a beautiful scene the other day We had a whole bunch of bumblebees and a butterfly working hard on those May salvias. And then here we planted a new Japanese holly, which as soon as we planted it, there was a bird that actually nested here. I don't know if you can see the nest right over there. And I will post a picture. There were 5 little birds there for quite some time, and then they took off. But again, that's a Japanese holly. And here is like the bigger section of the garden. So these right faces are living room. So here I have 3 shrubs of Lady of Shalott from David Austin. And you can see here's a flower. This is how beautiful they look, orange. And then in the back I have 3 Litchfield Angels, and again they're doing great. This one is smaller, and it's not because it's not doing great. I used the rose that was supposed to be for here. I used it somewhere else in the garden, and this one is small, but it's progressing. It's putting new growth, so I think it's gonna do well. Right, and then here is another Japanese holly. And then to close to the backyard, forgive the appearance, we are redoing our lawn. So we have another midnight salvia right there. And then here another Desdemona Standard 3. I have 4 of those. This one, I'm hoping it doesn't have black spot again, but we'll see. I'm just gonna keep fighting it. But this one gets like 9 hours of sun, so I don't know why it has so much black spot. And again, same concept. These are smaller, and I had to cut them all the way down, but these are midnight salvias as well. So I hope you enjoyed the garden tour. Let me just show you how it looks. And again, this is the front of the house. And I hope you like the Lady of Shalott Garden. Take care.